Hey, it's Yo, just an everyday fucker. I'm starting a new thing, so we're gonna have, I guess you would call this a podcast, I really don't know. Obviously, this video is me doing my dailies on the farm accounts. Don't necessarily take any of what I'm doing in this video on the screen as what you should be doing, because it's kind of half-assed. There's a lot of yos out there, and I'm just running through them all, kind of collecting what I can, just so I can tick off a box. So keep that in mind, please. Anyway, I thought I'd start doing this, trying to give everybody a little more information in a different format, but also kind of telling the fuck story as we're going along. Very, very early on when I started playing, I realized we need a YouTube channel somewhere, because this shit's like a fucking soap opera. There's so much going on. I actually assumed that this was just some stupid little puzzle game. I downloaded it for my kids to, play in the car or something. I was like, cool, it's a matching puzzle with a zombie theme. And, I went through the first little bit of a puzzle and, then got into my sanctuary, and within a day, probably day 2, Butcher had sent me a invite to come join FUK, and I've been a FUK ever since. So, yeah. Anyway, the reasoning behind doing these videos actually came to me, literally in response to hate mail. I received some hate mail over our FUK history story, and was told to think twice. I need to think twice about calling people pirates from now on. So I thought about it 3 or 4 times and decided maybe I'm gonna fucking tell it harder to the entire goddamn world. So fuck you, dude. Anyway, like I said, my name is Yo. I started in state 581. Been a little while now, and we're going to go through FUK history to begin with. But before I start that story, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a background about FUK. We do consider ourselves a universal alliance. We are currently, well, I can't even say currently. We started in state 420. I was not part of that, but 420 is now in 511, I believe. And then you have, we kind of not really split, but from 420, we went to 491. 491 is kind of its own thing from 420. So that's the 2 original alliances. It started in 420. They planned to move to 491 and then decided to stay in 420. But then we had 2 alliances with many of the same players in it. And that was before me. After 491, we had the 581 FUK, which is where I started. From 581, we went to 619, then 612. We went backwards a little. From 612, we did 674, and then 781, then 891. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. I'm not sure. But so 891, then we did 657, 929, and 931. Now you know all the places that I'm aware of that FUK is at. Of course, the 420 FUKs that are now in 511, they have other alliances as well. So what I'm talking about is what the 491 fucks did after 491. Like, that group of players went on to make new alliances as needed, not necessarily needed, but as they were going along. But 491 was their home state. And then you had the 420 fucks, and they did the same thing. And of course, keep in mind that both of these alliances were started by the same person, that is Fed Up. And many of you may know him as a different name. He's gone by, of course, Fed Up, and we call him Fed. But he also is known as Jay, My Penis, Vag, the Vag Mud Flaps, I believe is how that goes. Someone Ate My Cat. And most recently, Fed's Dingling. So, and that's not even half of them. But you always know who Fed is just by the name. Anyway, Fuck was started by Fed, and actually in the beginning, it wasn't Fuck. It was FTW, or Fuck the World. So that's a little bit of the beginning and kind of an idea of where all we've been. And now we're just going to get into the story, and let's see where we land. So, going forward, I'm going to try my best to try to do one of these videos every week. I'm going to start with the fuck story. That's probably the easiest thing to do to kind of get my feet wet and get on a roll. But then my goal is to actually keep going and put all the information, the little steps of how to start a new account and, do all the different little events and stuff like that. There's videos like that all over YouTube and what have you. I believe there's a couple of them that do TikToks. But fucks are fucks, and we do things our own way. So I thought maybe we need to do our own thing. Hopefully in the future we can get some other people involved in doing these weekly videos. And don't kill me if I miss one, because, if you've played with me, I'm busy as shit and I get lost a lot. I tend to wander around and I don't know where I'm at half the time. So if I miss something, take it with a grain of salt. And like I said many times, this is not a job. This is just me fucking off and being a fuck. So anyway, I hope y'all have gotten something out of this, at least knowing where all we started from. And here's to playing the game.